Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You check your phone, a notification appears, $1,000 just arrived in your bank account. You didn't work for it, you didn't trade your time, it just showed up. Now imagine that happens every single month, forever. That's the dream, right? That's what everyone says they want: financial freedom, passive income, money while you sleep. But here's what nobody talks about. $1,000 a month sounds way better in your head than it actually is in real life. Not because $1,000 isn't money, but because most people have absolutely no idea what $1,000 a month actually changes. And once you understand the real truth, everything about how you think about passive income is going to shift. Here's what people imagine when they think about passive income. They imagine quitting their job, they imagine traveling the world, they imagine sitting on a beach somewhere while money magically appears in their account. They imagine freedom. But that's the fantasy version. The reality version is completely different. Most people think if I could just make $1,000 a month passively, all my problems would be solved. But they don't actually do the math, they don't think about what $1,000 actually covers, they just see the number and think, that's enough, that's freedom. This is called magical thinking, and it's why most people never build passive income in the first place, because the fantasy is so good they stop before they reach reality. Let me show you what $1,000 a month in passive income actually looks like. First, let's talk about what $1,000 covers. In most parts of America, $1,000 a month is your rent. Maybe, if you're lucky and you live somewhere cheap. In many cities, $1,000 doesn't even cover rent. But let's say you're smart and you found a place for $800, that leaves you $200. $200 for food, $200 for your phone bill, $200 for electricity, $200 for transportation, $200 for everything else. You see the math problem? $1,000 sounds big when you're thinking about it as a number, but when you break it into actual life expenses, it's actually quite small. Now here's the second thing people don't understand about $1,000 a month. It only changes your life if you already have other income. If you make $0 and suddenly get $1,000 monthly, that's survival money. That's a big deal. That's the difference between eating and not eating. But most people listening to this already have income. You have a job, you make money, and now you're thinking, if I add $1,000 passively on top of my income, that's extra freedom. Here's where psychology gets interesting. If you make $4,000 a month from your job, adding $1,000 passive income brings you to $5,000. That extra $1,000 actually matters. It's the difference between living paycheck to paycheck and having breathing room. But if you make $50,000 a year and you're thinking $1,000 a month will change your life, it won't. It's nice, it's convenient, but it won't change anything fundamental about how you live. The math is simple. Passive income only multiplies your life when you already have stability. Here's what this reveals about how passive income actually works. Passive income is not a destination, it's not the finish line where everything becomes perfect. It's a tool that works differently depending on what else you have. The wealthy people you see talking about passive income already had stability, they already had money, they already had options. Passive income just gave them more freedom to choose. But if you're living unstably, if you're struggling right now, passive income looks like rescue, and that's the trap. You spend years, decades even, trying to build $1,000 a month passive income. And when you finally get there, you realize it doesn't rescue you like you thought it would. Here's the deeper insight: most people skip the step that actually matters. The step that matters isn't reaching $1,000 passively. The step that matters is building enough stability first that when you do reach $1,000, it actually compounds your freedom. Think about it this way: someone with a stable job making $4,000 a month gets $1,000 passive income. They now have real options. They can reduce their hours, they can switch careers, they can invest more aggressively. Someone with zero stability who scrapes together $1,000 passive income is still just surviving. they're just surviving with slightly less anxiety. The passive income is the same, but the impact is completely different. So what should you actually do with this information? First, stop romanticizing $1,000 a month. It's a good milestone, but it's not the finish line. Second, understand that passive income is a multiplier, not a solution. If you have nothing, passive income helps. But if you have something, stability, income, options, passive income helps way more. Third, build stability first. Get your regular income solid, get your expenses under control, get your emergency fund built, then passive income becomes magical. Because at that point, $1,000 a month isn't your survival, it's your freedom. Fourth, understand that the goal isn't 1,000. The goal is understanding how to build 1,000, because once you understand that system, you can build 2,000, then 5,000, then 10,000. The money is secondary, the system is what matters. $1,000 a month in passive income isn't a miracle. But it's proof that you can build something that generates money without your direct labor. It's proof that the system works. And that proof is more valuable than the $1,000 itself. Because once you know it works, you can scale it, you can repeat it, you can build more. The wealthy people you see with massive passive income didn't get there because they're smarter. They got there because they understood something most people don't. Passive income is a skill, not a destination. And like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and improved. So maybe $1,000 a month isn't your goal, maybe it's just your proof of concept, your evidence that you can do this. And that changes everything.